In spite of all our communication technology, no invention is as effective as the sound of the human voice. When we hear a human voice, we want to listen in the hopes of understanding it, even when the speaker is searching for the right word to say. Even when all we hear is yelling, or crying, or singing. That's because the human voice resonates differently from anything else in the world. We will always hear the singer, no matter what else surrounds it. We'll always remember the story, no matter who else is saying it. Me, you, us, the humans of Bradford.
People who tell us these stories, they are ready to share them with the whole world. It really connects them. It connects people between, because we use a lot of social platforms like, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, it's quite powerful.
Gets people to listen, gets people to understand, and that's what the Humans of Bradford is about. It's actually seeing people for who they are.
I feel that people should be proud of where they come from and not be held against where they come from. So if you're white, you should be proud of England and you shouldn't be discriminated thinking that you're racist. And if you're black as well, we shouldn't be pushing it onto others to make you better. You should define yourself and not by the people in your group.
Being a professional musician, I've just picked it up as along, and I've largely abandoned playing guitar, really. I can play guitar as well as anybody, but everybody does, so I've stopped now, really. So, and also I write my own songs. I think it's a bit like having a child. You kind of, if you have a child, you don't dress it in a summer frock in the winter. You dress it in the most appropriate way, and that's what I feel about my songs. I give them the most appropriate sound to back them, really.
The month of April for me, it's a month of mixed emotions. Sad and good. I lost my mum in April the 2nd, and then it's the same month I got married.
One of the most interesting things I've ever done was on my first trip to India. I was in the deep south of Kerala, where I encountered a couple of girls from Denmark who were driving Enfield motorcycles. As I didn't have much to do on that particular day, I asked them if I could share petrol costs. And I had no idea about where they were actually going, but it turns out they were going to the Himalaya. So the distance from the very south of India right up to the Himalaya as a pillion passenger was one of the most awesome things I've ever done. Thank you.
I don't like Bradford. I have some bad experiences with Bradford. I don't like the kind of like what people are around here, and they don't care about the city or about others.
I think all women should feel empowered about their rights and their ability for leadership, and I think that feminism is just as important today as it has been for the last 60 years.
Our story is Ken was cycling. When he was a young man, he cycled, he raced his bicycle, and he was raced in an Isle of Man, which is a little island off the west coast of England, and they do a cycling tournament there. I was actually working there for a summer season, and we met. We both went to the same dance one night and we met each other, and 6 months later we got married, which was nearly 47 years ago.
But I also remember times when it wasn't that easy. I was the second or third guy to have dreadlocks in Bradford. I know you won't believe it now, but we couldn't get into clubs. We could not get into work. We didn't get so much harassment from the police, but it was just a no-no. One of the good things are the girls liked us because we were kind of rebellish. But it's very, very different, Bradford now, from when I was growing up.
I've lived in Bradford since I was about a little baby. A couple of years ago I broke my leg, this leg here, and it's been painful ever since. And I was running down a snicket and I slipped when it was icy, and I was there for quite a bit until the ambulance come. It took about an hour for the ambulance to come, so I was there about an hour and I was worried because I couldn't move my leg.
Happy moments, it's when obviously life-changing situation when I had my little boy. It was, I don't know how to describe it in words, but it's hard to put it in words. It gives a meaning to life, to be honest. You're reborn again. Whatever you had before is completely erased, and that happiness it comes alive, and you're a totally different person. So whether you go to work, you know what you're working for. You're working for your little boy, and it gives you a reason to come back home.